This is a look at all our planets, in fact, our solar system, in just 4 symbols, right? This concept that we can have a solar system which contains a sun and then multiple planets. And those planets have meaning, but they're all really comprised of just 4 symbols. So at this point, you could just shut off the video, go Google symbols of the planets, including the sun, and you'll see in a whole bunch of symbols for each one, right? Most of them look the same. But so to do this, I'm going to tell the story of creation, at least as I understand the story of creation. And so to start, we have to look at this designation that you can be given in the universe, right? We'll tell a story, so sit back, relax, and just put yourself into this reality. So we've got this concept that we can have this designation to be able to build your own solar system. And this designation consists of the ability to generate something. That something must operate, right? And it can't really go away. Once you, you can't, it's go, right? It can't go away. So it can't disintegrate, let's say, into nothingness. It must dissolve, right? So it has to have this ability to generate something, operate that something, and dissolve that something. So an analogy would be like if you worked in some sort of engineering field, at some point in your career, you'll be given this ability to become a PE or a professional engineer. And this means you have the ability to professionally do whatever your engineering degree is, like mechanical or, electrical or something like that. So we have to understand that, so we've been given this concept of now we can generate something, we can operate that something. So we've just been given this designation, and this designation gives us our own solar system. So now imagine that this is just dark space. This whiteboard is just empty, dark space. You've been given your own 100 acres, 100 light years in space, and it's your turn to build this solar system. So you say, okay, well, let's see. There's nothing, and here I am, right? There's this being. There's nothing, and now there's something, right? And that's our first symbol. We'll put it over here, being, right? There was nothing, now there's this being. What is it? Well, let's take a look. So this being looks around. It says, well, I'm here in the darkness. Let me see if I can go and walk around and see if I can maybe look at it from another perspective, right? Right? This ability that this being now can start in one place in this space and move to another spot in space, almost looking at itself, right? Or looking inward. You could say this is looking inward. The ability to look inward. So this being in its space now has a bit of perspective, right? It has this ability to kind of contemplate. It can kind of develop what you could say would be a mind, right? Maybe a mind or consciousness. C-I-O-N, right? Consciousness or a mind. This ability that this being can, with no other disturbances in space, you're just left with you contemplating inward, right? So that's kind of our next symbol, right? Remember, only 4 symbols make up every planet, even the ones you probably never heard of. So the second one we'll call it like the arc or the half circle, right? Consciousness, right? We'll just put the word mind, right? This architecture that we have absorbed this ability to have a thought. We want somewhere we can put those thoughts, right? We want to be able to put them into this consciousness field, right? So here we are with our second symbol, which is mind. You could also put it, you know, like up this way, right? Rotate it, right? This idea of mind. So mind is sitting there contemplating all day, all night in silence, right? There's no real, I guess, no day and night, right? Just darkness. And so you find yourself maybe just pacing back and forth and creating, you know, kind of your innermost thoughts. You could say that this is your spirit, right? This ability to not only be able to contemplate thoughts and store thoughts in some sort of external, right? This ability for us now to create mind and then produce something called spirit, right? Right? This idea of spirit, right? What is spirit? I think the Japanese language has the most beautiful way, and I'll try to do it justice. But if we were to kind of imagine, the word is kokoro, 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 and it means heart, right? Because if we think about our mind is non-local, right? Our mind is our thoughts; these are all somewhere else. But the spirit that's in you, right? That's inside you, the spirit. So where's the spirit? It's not in your brain. It's in your kokoro, your heart. And if you look at the symbol, I'll try to do this symbol, and I'm going to turn it a little bit, but it looks like this. And it looks like a person sleeping, kokoro. If you were to take the circle away and just look at kokoro, this little character, it looks like you're sleeping, right? You, in your mind, have developed this spirit, right? You've reflected back and forth around until you've developed, this is me, right? This is who I am. Here are my nodes, my ears, right? So you now have, inside your spirit is in your heart. So we'll put heart here too. And so here you are, left with your thoughts, right? You're questioning everything. You're just here in darkness, and you realize that you miss your mother, right? And you go, geez, you know what? Hey, Mom, I don't know if I can handle this. This is a whole new thing. Like, can you please help me? And so during one of these nights of sleep, you say, from the 1986 movie Rad, you say, send me an angel right now. Send me an angel, right? And down from upon heaven, right, comes the most beautiful angel you've ever seen. We could even put, we'll say that this angel has her own kokoro. Says, my son, what's up? What's up? You miss me? And the son says, geez, I don't know if I can do this. You know, I've got to make my own solar system, and it is stressful. I don't know where to go next. You know, I've kind of, you know, I don't know what to do. And so the mother says, well, here, I'll just give you these two angles, right? Or even today, there's a dispute about A-N-G-E-L, angels, angles. But we can say that these angles are now given to us, right? These angles, this concept of angles. And we say, well, what can we do with these angles, right? Well, we could turn it like this, right? You could see these are kind of this connected, right? But these angles are infinite. They can go from 0 to 180 or back to 0, right? So you could imagine we could take this and we could move it up, or we could move it down, or maybe we could even take one of them up and flatten it out, and put the other one on top of it, right? Now we can show, you know, another cool shape. Maybe we could even turn it on its side, right? And maybe put one here and another one there. Like there's all these cool shapes we can make. So we go, you know what? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. You know I only get one phone call, and I decided to call you and just ask you for guidance. I didn't even think of the calling for but thank you for the angels. So there's our fourth symbol, right? Is this idea of angles. And because our mother gave this to us, we're actually going to name. You go, Mom, you know what? This is awesome. I'm going to name this symbol after you. And we call it matter. Or mother, right? Matter, mother. So these are the four symbols, right? So the whole solar system, we talked to our mother. She gave us these cool symbols. We're ready to go. We're going to start building our solar system. So we look at our symbols and we go, okay, what can I build with these cool symbols? And first of all, you go, you know, it's dark. It's dark. We need to create some sort of light, right? So at this point, God says, well, I think I've contemplated everything. I think I've got all my tools. I'm only allowed 4 symbols. So let there be light. As the first planet appears, well, not called a planet, it's, right? It's the star, right? I'm going to combine these two, says God. And now I've got light, right? This idea that being can be expressed as spirit, right? If you were to think of the sun as like the way you live, the way you shine, your vitality, right? Creativity, right? The sun. And people say, I am a Leo, right? I am a Scorpio. I am a Taurus. You say it all the time. That's your sun sign, right? So we say, well, I'm going to name this planet after me because I'm the sun, right? I talked to my mother. She gave me this cool angels, right? I've just talked to, myself for a whole bunch of time, and I go, you know what? I am, boom, the sun. So there's our first symbol, right? So, well, I really love my mother. I really love her so much that I want to create a place where these angles can truly be expressed, right? And here in space, it seems like I can only create these orbs, right? There's only certain rules. When you're given this designation of G, right? This one who's able to generate, operate, and dissolve something, right? There's certain math that you kind of have to, there's certain rules you got to obey. So the sun says, well, let me see if I can just design right off the bat. Maybe I'll get it perfect. And I'm going to design this thing, and I'm going to put it just perfectly, like right here, away from the sun. Because any closer, it would be too hot. Any further away, it would be too cold. So it's perfect right here. And I'm going to name this one after my mother. And I'm going to call it Mother Earth, right? Right? And we've got this Mother Earth. And this is a place for the angles, right? The matter and spirit to be expressed, right? It's matter, it's expressing itself. You can see the I am is there in the center, but it's hidden, right? This idea that there's this earth beings now. We've got beings who use matter and their spirit and their heart to create beautiful, beautiful things here on earth, right? I'll name this after my mother, Mother Earth. So I want to, call my mother and let her know, hey, I know I only got one phone call, but listen, I want to show you what I've done, right? But there's no phones. So I go, shoot, I'm going to have to design a phone. I didn't think I'd have to design a phone. So right next to the sun, you go, this is a solar powered phone. So I'm going to put it right next to the sun, and I'm going to make this basically like a communicator, because I know that my mom is psychic, right? And I know I can communicate. I had an uncle who could communicate with friends, and then the next day they would talk about the conversations they had, right, in this weird pre-cell phone place. So I go, well, let's design a phone. I'm going to design a cool phone that's solar powered, that can communicate, allow me, a being from matter to communicate through spirit into consciousness, right? Remember, anywhere we see this little face, we could put the little kokoro, right? We're going to build this little system, this little person, this character in our story who's going to be able to communicate with my mom. So I pick up the phone. Mom, check it out. I made Earth, named it after you. It's beautiful. Check it out. Get out and travel around. You know, it's gorgeous. Mom says, okay, I'll come check it out sometimes, but I'm busy, right? Your dad's running this universe. I'm running this other universe. Thank you for giving me a planet, but I got to go. You hang up the phone, right? This is Mercury, right? And it's this little dude who's like, I am the psychic telephone system, you know, right? This is, I can hook you up. I can call anyone. Let's do it. And so you sit there and you go, well, I've got no one else to call. My mom's not going to answer my phone anymore. You know what? I want someone to love. I really need somebody to love. I wish I could find somebody to love. And so you go, well, right next to this Mercury, right in between, next to the phone, I'm going to build like the most beautiful version of my mom I've ever seen, right? And it's really this idea of mind, right? Or matter, spirit, right? This idea of spirit and your heart, right? Over matter, right? This idea of like spirit over matter. And this is Venus, right? This ability to love, right? Venus, if we look at Venus and we just, you know, this is what we do on Earth, is Venus. It's this urge to love and you know, just look at things aesthetically, this beauty. And so we're on a roll now, right? We've only used these 4 symbols. We've created these cool little characters in our book. And here we are on Earth, right? Hanging out. And so we said, you know what? Venus is getting bored on Earth. I can't really be there all the time because I'm out being the sun and I'm building. And so I'm going to build maybe another planet. And you know, everyone's just on Earth, just relaxing and loving and sitting on the phone. But so let's now just do some action. So just past, we start to realize we can take these angles and move them around a little bit. So this angle comes along and shows us this masculine, or Mars, right? Right? We can see now, we can now communicate with everyone, right? I can call my mom and dad anytime I want to, right? I've created this idea of love on Earth, right? Peace on Earth. But now we need to show some sort of action, right? I've spent too much time just in my mind and walking around Earth. It's beautiful, but now we need some action. So we create Mars, right? This is action and desire, and these two are in a beautiful, beautiful relationship, right? These two forever are in a relationship. And this ability to look at these planets, right, just these ones, as kind of, this is our personal planets, right? These are close enough to us that the frequencies that these orbs are putting off are imprinted in us, and they work with us to kind of develop this idea of us. And in the next video, we'll get into the next group of planets.